Good evening, fans, and welcome to our first home broadcast of the season. To our listeners on YouTube and to our viewers on Fast Hockey, I'm Alex Von Koitel bringing you Wildcats hockey for the first time from the K. Yeager Coliseum in Wichita Falls, Texas. Well, this game promises to be quite the show as two South Division rivals will hash it out here tonight. Two teams who have played fairly well of late. The Odessa Jackalopes currently on a 3-game winning streak and having taken down some formidable opponents in the showcase in the process, while the Wildcats took 7 of a possible 8 points in the 4-game stint up in Blaine, Minnesota. Their lone loss coming at the hands of the New Jersey Titans in a disappointing shootout defeat. Stay tuned, folks. Wildcats Jackalopes just moments away after the national anthem and some player introductions. collision of the game. The Jackalopes backhand one in behind their own net. Whacked out to center ice. Paisan's got it on his tape now. Here's Matt Hines, Minnesota-born defenseman, out for Litviak, who turned it over with a bad backhand pass, and it's taken by Hampus Shodal, who overskated it. Puck bounces weakly into the slot. Litviak with a mishandle, picked up instead by Zach of Odessa. One of the 9 returning players on this Jackalope squad, as the puck is turned over onto a few Wildcat tapes, Lown and Litviak respectively, and offside there is Litviak. So we get our first stoppage of the game. 18:48 to go here in the first period. No score between your Wichita Falls Wildcats and the Odessa Jackalopes here at the KYC. Neutral zone face-off ensuing here. Adam Goodsir's red-hot line is out to take this draw against Zach's line. Zach is flanked tonight by Derek Brown and Ryan McKellar. And Goodsir, of course, being flanked by Ben Lown and Nikita Litviak. That line has produced as much as anybody in the North American Hockey League thus far this season. Lown with 10 points, Goodsir with 8. The 2 youngsters leading the Wildcats in scoring. 6 games into the 2015-16 season as the Jacks exit their own zone, as it's touched further into the Wildcat zone. Rounds got beaten out in the foot race there, as a good hustle was put on by Connor Stewart. Back to the blue line, and a shot is fought off by the pad of Kapellmaster, his first test of the night, and the puck goes the other way. It's brought ahead by Lazarus, who shoots one that went up high and hit the glass in behind the net. In goal tonight for the Odessa Jackalopes is Dean Schatzer. Schatzer having started 3 of the 5 games thus far for Greg Gatto and the Odessa Jackalopes. He has won one of them and lost the other 2, and has sported a 3.29 goals against average and an .896 save percentage. They're not the kind of numbers he was used to last season when he was a star on his high school team. Look for him to bounce back here tonight, as a long wrist shot is sticked away by the goaltender Kapellmaster. He's made his 2nd save on the night. Odessa Jackalopes buzzing for the opening goal here, and a delayed penalty is upcoming. It's going to be against Austin Albrecht, who, it appeared, got a piece of Zach there. Looks like it's going to be a hook against Austin Albrecht, so we go to the first man advantage of the night, and it belongs to the Odessa Jackalopes. Face-off in the Wichita Falls zone is won by the Jacks. Levin swings it D to D and gets the return pass in the deep slot. Levin fakes, goes to the outside again. Here's a wrist shot, blocked out in front by Jeff Baum. Given back to the far point for Cooper Zek, who fakes, deals for Levin. Jake Levin back for Zek. Zek without a shooting lane, passes it towards the goal line, gets the return pass. Levin once more, near side, takes the shot, soaked up by Kapellmaster, and no rebound. Kapellmaster looking steady thus far. Once again, he has been a rock in between the pipes for the Wichita Falls Wildcats. He was brought on board later than any other player on this roster, was Kapellmaster, but he blended in right off the bat, has become one of the more vocal guys in the locker room, and possibly the most vocal guy on the ice. His teammates love playing for him, and he is off to a red-hot start with a .938 save percentage. Here's Hampus Shodal, the Swedish winger. Deals it back to his defenseman Cooper Zek. One-time blast from the far point from Levin is blocked out in front by Austin Beaulieu. Beaulieu runs into Zek. Good couple of touch passes, and a stick save is made by Kapellmaster on Shodal, but the Cats fail to clear. A long wrist shot just skitters wide of the goal. Picked up once more by Shodal, who's got plenty of time. Sends one rink wide. Jackalopes with some crisp puck movement here on this man advantage. Cooper Zek, Hampus Shodal. Shodal had his stick lifted. He had to rescue the puck, and he did. Zek with a good backhand pass. Shodal returns it for him, but it was a bit beyond his reach, and trickles out to center ice, and the Jacks have to regroup here. It's brought back over the Cats line immediately. Jake Levin scoops it in behind the net, and the Wildcats are able to clear the puck all the way down. Time winds off the far half boards in the Wildcat zone. Puck bounces into the near corner. Jack's trying to work this puck out in front. Zach played it in behind the net for Ryan McKellar. Beating him to it, however, was Jacob Dalton. Albrecht is out of the box, and the Cats have successfully killed off their first penalty, but the Jacks are still buzzing in the Wildcat zone as it's taken there by Derek Brown, who sent one rink wide. Goes off the far half boards, and Eric Yeager carries it the other way. Eric Yeager with Max Reisinger going down the middle. Sent it off the back boards in behind the Odessa net. Reisinger picks up the loose puck. Tries to deal it on back for Noah Gilraith. Litviak pinned to the boards there. Trying to outmuscle the defenseman Daniel Kirley, and so far succeeding. He's protected that quite well as Lown had the stick slashed right out of his hands, and he wanted a penalty, but none upcoming. Litviak tried to center. Lown whacked it right out of the air. That would have been a high stick had it gone in. And the puck ends up back at center ice. Jeff Baum is back defensively. The only veteran defenseman on this Wildcat squad. The rest are all newcomers, the majority of whom are quite young. Rourke Russell being born in 1998 and several being born in 1997, so a very young defensive core, as well as a young defensive specialist for a head coach. Josh Nelson, just 26 years old. His first season coaching in the junior leagues. There's a good steal there from Lazarus. He toe drags in and shoots one that was patted away there by the netminder Dean Schatzer, who got his second save of the night. Rosa eludes a check and dodged a bullet. Here's a pass in front of the net. What a save is made there by Schatzer, who just robbed Van Wy on a point-blank chance. But a great shift there by Jonathan Lazarus. The Cats have a chance here on this offensive zone face-off. Bounces into the corner. Max Reisinger has it. Feeds it back to the blue line. Kept in beautifully by Baum, whose shot is redirected and into the goal. Garrett Van Wy redirected the puck from the slot. Jeff Baum took the initial shot, and the Cats have jumped out to a 1-0 lead. Great keep by the veteran defenseman Jeff Baum pays off as he shot one through traffic, as he has done extremely well all season long. And Garrett Van Wy was in the slot to redirect the puck, and it went right through the 5-hole of the goaltender Dean Schatzer, and that is why they practice redirects in practice for so many hours. Seemingly endless work during practice, but it has paid off. 1-0 over the Jacks, but they're still buzzing for their first goal as the shot trickles on goal and Kappelmaster covers it up. So a defensive zone draw is upcoming here for the Cats. Oh, look out, knocked out to center, could be a 2-on-1 for the Cats. Paisan down the far side, Bolio up the middle. Paisan couldn't get it to him due to a good defensive play by Daniel Corrali, a veteran defenseman for the Jackalopes. Austin Bolio trying to jam it free, and he does. Advances the puck as far as Yeager, gets it right back. Bolio turns in behind the Jackalopes net. Andre Paisan. Austin Bolio fed it in front, Paisan shoots, and sure if that was stopped by Schatzer, but it didn't go in. It popped in behind the net. Yeager for Bolio. Trying to work it back to Rourke Russell, but he's defended by several Odessa Jackalopes. Paisan gets it right back on his tape. In the near corner in the Jackalope zone, Eric Yeager battling for it. Yeager gets it free. Yeager shoots one. That one fought off by the netminder Schatzer. And the Jacks are finally able to get the puck out to center ice as it's picked up there and brought down the near wing by Oliver Selleck. Glass and then took down Michael Rounds. No penalty upcoming. So the Cats fans wanting one. Passed into the middle. Matthew Rippin's got it. Rippin in behind the Cats net. Taken out of the play by Rourke Russell. Good defensive effort made by the 17-year-old defenseman. Austin Albrecht's got it at the Wildcat logo and had gained the red line when he dumped the puck in, so no icing. The Cats completing a partial line change as the Jacks look to exit their own zone. Rosa played it further. Nearly turned over by Luke Schultz, and then it was, and a shot right on is stopped by Schatzer on Nick Rosa. Cats still having the puck in the offensive zone. Played in behind the Jackalopes net. Connor Stewart's got it. Luke Schultz back for Stewart. Stewart advances the puck down the far side. It trickled beyond the reach of Matthew Rippon. Back on the tape there for Tim Faulkner, who played it all the way down on goal. And Kapellmeister had to make a tough stop there as it bounced on him at the last second. But he was equal to the task. The sixth task that has been thrown his direction. He has stopped them all. Cats now faced with another defensive zone draw, which they won. But the Jackalopes still attacking here. Good block out in front by Matt Hines. In the far corner, Hines just took a man down there. I believe it was Zach Main who he took down. No penalty, and the Cats go the other way as Lown found Litviak. It jumped away from him. He regains control of the puck. Litviak with Lown in the middle, breaking on goal. He shoots one. Schatzer made the save. And the Jacks are scrambling a bit in their own zone, but they're able to get out with it. As the pass finds its way onto the tape of Derek Brown. As we've got an icing call upcoming here against the Wildcats. 10:33 left to go here in our first period of Wildcats hockey, presented by American Classifieds. 1-0 your score in favor of the Wichita Falls Wildcats. The lone goal coming from Garrett Van Wy off a Jeff Baum wrist shot from the blue line. Van Wy was in the slot to redirect the puck right through the wickets of the goaltender Dean Schatzer. Van Wy now has his second goal of the season. Baum getting his first assist and third point. Of course, his two goals coming from that blowout of a game in Topeka against the Roadrunners, in which Baum scored two very impressive goals from the deep slot near the blue line. As the Cats enter the Odessa zone, and power play here are the Wichita Falls Wildcats. Their first Jim Arnold collision power play of the night as Baum returns the pass for Austin Bolio. Top of the left circle, tried to send one across the ice for Paisan, who was ready for the one-timer. But a good defensive play was made there by Gray Marr to break it up. Bolio's got it now. Bolio gains the blue line in the Odessa zone now. Fake the drop pass and goes in behind the Odessa net. Near point. Baum's one-timer is stopped with the left pad of Schatzer. Sent ahead but not out. Baum kept it in and played it in behind the Jackalope net. Connor Stewart goes around the boards with it but not out. Good keep by Austin Bolio, who has to turn. Paisan, Baum, will he shoot? No. Sent one into a vacant corner. Eric Yeager's got it. Trying to work it back. Baum pinched, but the Jackalopes are able to clear the puck all the way down. There between Eric Yeager and I believe that was Hampus Shodal, as Albrecht gains the goal line and behind the Odessa net, turned it over, sent around the boards. Dalton tries to keep it in. Lown eventually does. Gives the pass right back to Dalton. Near circle, tried to feed it across, and once again the Odessa Jackalopes doing a good job of taking away the passing lanes. They have cleared the puck all the way down. Kapellmeister played it out. This Jim Arnold collision power play. Ben Lown slams on the brakes, goes back to Jacob Dalton. He fires from the blue line, redirected wide of the goal. Picked up there by Adam Goodsir, fed in behind the net, comes back to the point. Dalton shoots, that one missed the net. He had all the time in the world, but he just couldn't hit the target. And the Jacks are back to full strength. As Dalton had to hurry to play that puck forth, and it's a 3-on-1 the other way. Brought forth, sent into the middle, and a good stick save is made there in goal by Kapellmeister, who just knocked away the Cooper Zek centering attempt, and the puck ends up in the net. And the Jacks have tied this game. Puck was trickling every which way, and I believe the eventual goal scorer there was Zach Zek. And the Jacks have tied this game up at 1. Kapellmeister sides. A couple of defensive zone mistakes. I'm not even quite sure what happened on that last goal against Kapellmaster, but it found its way through the 5-hole just like Van Wy's goal did for Wichita Falls. 8:10 to go here in the first period of Wildcats hockey presented by American Classifieds. 1-1 is your score. The game was just tied moments ago by Zach. The returning centerman for the Odessa Jackalopes. As another shot is redirected on goal, and a good alert save was made there in net by Kapellmaster, and the Cats look to make a counterattack. Alexei Poikla's pass a bit behind Litviak, who regains control of the puck. A foot race ensuing here. Kapellmaster deciding not to come out of his crease, and a good defensive effort made by Rourke Russell. He had Luke Schultz right behind him, and he would have had a partial breakaway had he not turned on the Jets. So Rourke Russell, the youngest defenseman on the squad, making a good heads-up play there. The Jacks are right back into the Cat zone. Puck bounces into the far corner. Kierley battling for it. Yeager taking it away. Back. Returns the pass for Yeager in the neutral zone. Banks one off the far half boards and into the Odessa zone. Puck ends up in front of the Jackalope bench. Baum took a whack at it, but it's taken instead there by Ryan McKellar. Fed into the Wildcat zone. A centering attempt is intercepted by Andre Pizon. Turned over at the blue line and fired into the near corner. A centering feed, and that one broken up. Good defensive play. Rourke Russell once more. Check that, Matt Hines, rather. And the puck is fired around the near half boards, back to the near point in the Odessa zone. Fed rink wide off the far half boards, goes in behind the net. Nick Rosa with a mishandle. Overskated the puck a bit, and the Cats maintain the puck. Here's Austin Albrecht looking in, shooting, and that one is soaked up and no rebound. Good save made by Schatzer. Of the night. 6.5 to go here in period 1 of your home opener between the Wichita Falls Wildcats and the Odessa Jackalopes. Your score 1-1. Goals being scored by Garrett Van Wy of Wichita Falls and Zach of Odessa. And an offensive zone draw will ensue here. Nick Rosa taking the face-off but losing it. Picked up by Cooper Zek, the younger brother to Zach. In the neutral zone, a centering attempt is intercepted by a back-checking Lazarus. Dalton played it in behind the Wildcats net and gets it right back from his defensive partner Noah Gilraith. Dalton's pass went off the skate of Hampus Shodal. Here's Gilraith out to center ice. Odessa skate, and the rule is that it was offside when it happened, so we get another whistle. Just under 6 minutes to go here in period 1 of your game between the Wichita Falls Wildcats and the Odessa Jackalopes. 1-1 your score. Neutral zone face-off between Adam Goodser and Zach Main. Is won by Main. Swung D-to-D there from Andrew McLean to Daniel Kierley. Right back to McLean, back to Kierley. Off his skate, played it to his stick. Up for McLean, who was handcuffed. Good play there by Jacob Dalton on the forecheck, but it's jarred loose out to center. Ben Lown turns away from 1, then 2. Ben Lown gains the blue line. He could have a 3-on-2. Drops it off. Litviak cross-ice pass. Eluded the stick there of Goodser, and the play goes the other way. Brought forth there by Andrew McLean, who gains the red line and one-hands the puck in behind the Wildcats net. Gilraith picks it up. Fourth, Ben Lowndes got it, and a penalty is going to be called. It appears to be against the Wichita Falls Wildcats. Litviak being escorted now to the Wildcats sin bin, as well as Andrew McLean from Odessa. Not sure what the call is, but it looks like it's going to be offsetting penalties against Litviak and McLean. And we're going to stay on the 5-on-5 here. Penalties against the two. By Odessa. Behind Kapellmaster's crease. Russell trying to work it up the boards. Russell battling for it. Reisinger chipped it out to center, but a good defensive effort is made there by Tim Faulkner. Fired around the end boards in the cat zone once more. Kapellmaster with a head fake found to work Russell. Alexei Poikola's got it. Feeds it through the middle of the ice. Garrett Van Wy chips it in and goes right after it. The goaltender Schatzer played it around the far half boards. Kept in far point, one-handed by Rounds for Van Wy. He's got Reisinger in the middle, but he couldn't get it to him. Played it back out to center. Russell has it there. Russell gains the red line, fed it ahead for Max Reisinger, who's a bit tired here at the end of a shift. Played it back in behind around the end boards. Reisinger gets it back, tries the wraparound, and that one is stopped by Schatzer. At the last second there, Jeff Baum pinches in. Out to the neutral zone, but only just. Reisinger couldn't shoot it back into the Odessa zone as he just now heads to the Wildcats bench for a line change. Austin Bolio taking his place. In the neutral zone there by Zach Zeck, the lone Odessa goal scorer, as his shot trickles wide of the goal. Picked up there in the corner. Played it around the end boards. Jeff Baum advances the puck as far as center, where it hopped over the stick of Cooper Zeck. On pressuring him. He goes D to D there for Jake Levin. Now has it defensively behind his own cage. Passed it off the near half boards. Cooper Zeck, D to D once more for Levin, who banks it out to center. Hines took a hit to make a play. He advances the puck as far as the Odessa blue line. Eric Yeager's got it. He turns and gains the line and gets taken down from behind, but no call against the Jackalopes. Good one-handed stick there by Jeff Baum to prevent any further by Derek Brown. Brown, of course, committed to Niagara University not long ago, where he'll be playing next season. Puck fired in behind Kapellmaster's net. Matt Hines with a good backhand pass and a one-toucher over from Lazarus to Albrecht, who has to turn away there from the check of Reed Gregory in behind the net. Half boards where 5 players battle for the puck. Finally, it's jarred loose, and the Jacks are able to clear into the Wildcat zone. Noah Gilreath has got it now. In his own end. Gilreath turns. Fires it off the near boards. Turned over. Lown gets it right back. Dalton rescues it. Finds Gilreath, who just played it to nobody in particular, but just got it out of the zone, and that's never a bad play. Right back into the Wildcat zone by the Jackalopes, who are determined now to take their first lead of the game against the Wichita Falls Wildcats. Garrett Van Wy gains the blue line, steps wide, gets around Stewart, looks to the middle, centers one. Goodsir shoots, and that one is blocked out in front, and the Jackalopes go the other way. Good hit there by Garrett Van Wy to keep the puck alive for just a few more seconds, and Van Wy now off the ice. A good turnover there. Lowndes' shot is stopped right on by Schatzer. Played in behind the Odessa net. Goodsir has it. Into the boards by Connor Stewart. Lown wins it. He goes down. Delayed penalty upcoming against the Jacks as Kapellmaster heads to the Wildcats bench, but the whistle blows and against Connor Stewart, the Odessa defenseman. It was a hold against Stewart, the Phoenix native. The officials tonight are Taylor Bauer, Alec Almquist, and Josh Friedrichs, and Bauer saying that it was a hold there on Connor Stewart, who got a piece of Ben Lown when he had a scoring chance. So the Cats go to their second opportunity here on the Jim Arnold Collision power play. We'll see if they can do some damage. They came into this game with the 3rd-ranked power play in the league. Austin Bolio, top of the near circle, fed it to the goal line. Yeager tried to stuff it home, no luck. Loose puck picked up and guided on back to the blue line. Jeff Baum, Austin Bolio looks cross ice, one-timer, and that one goes wide. Reisinger didn't get quite all of it. Baum did well to keep the puck alive at the blue line. Turning there and cycling the wagons is Reisinger, but the puck is turned over and lofted out to center, where it was nearly played. Raymar, who could have had a shorthanded breakaway. Redirected in behind the Odessa net. Fired around the corner boards. Baum one-hands the puck away there from Derek Brown. Got it in his own end, shoots it off the boards. Ben Lown has it in the neutral zone. 38 seconds to go in the period. Ben Lown turns. Backhand pass on Litviak's tape, and Lazarus's shot is blocked out in front. Picked up by Russell, who tried to drop it off. Ben Lown gives the return. Russell set one into the middle, and that one is intercepted and cleared all the way back down as time winds down on the Cats' second Jim Arnold collision power play. Offside is ruled to be the call against Lazarus, so we get a whistle. 17 seconds to go here in the first period. 1-1 is your score. Got 43 seconds remaining on their power play, the likes of which has not shown the same intensity it did over the 4-game showcase, at least not early here in this season opener, the home opener rather, as Goodser now takes a defensive zone face-off and loses it. The Jacks have it. They'll just play a little keep away here with less than a dozen seconds to go in the first period while they're shorthanded, and believing that they'll be able to get anything done here in time, so time winds down in the first period, which has just now come to an end. Once again, your score 1-1. Goals being scored by Garrett Van Wy and by Zach Zeck of Wichita Falls and Odessa, respectively. We'll be back in just a few short moments, fans, to break down the game up till this point and give you some updates from around the league. Stay tuned. Back, fans. I'm Alex Von Koitel, bringing you Wildcats hockey on the Wildcats Broadcast Network. To recap the game for you up till this point in the first intermission, the Wildcats and the Odessa Jackalopes are deadlocked at a 1-1 tie here at the K. Yeager Coliseum. The goals coming from Garrett Van Wy of Wichita Falls, his second of the season, and Zach for the Odessa Jackalopes, who scored his third of the year. Van Wy's goal coming off of a Jeff Baum shot. Baum did well to keep the puck in at the blue line, just barely. Had it gone an inch or two further, it would have been an offside play. Jeff Baum, as he does so well, kept the puck in, fired a wrist shot from the deep slot, which that's certainly been his hot spot, at least up till now in the season. He's got 2 goals from the exact same position. But this goal is credited to Garrett Van Wy, who was in the right place at the right time to redirect that puck in the middle of the slot, and it went right through the wickets of the goaltender, Dean Schatzer, to open the scoring for the Wichita Falls Wildcats. Just moments later, however, the Odessa Jackalopes stormed back and got the game all tied up at 1 after some sloppy play in the defensive zone from the Wildcats, and the Odessa Jackalopes capitalized. Zach, one of their veteran forwards, trickled the puck underneath Kapellmaster's pads. It wasn't a pretty goal, but they all count, folks, and the Jacks got the game tied up at 1. Shots on goal are also even at 8 apiece. The penalties thus far favoring the Wildcats. They've had 2 opportunities on the man advantage. They're coming to the conclusion on one, which is being served by Connor Stewart for holding the stick of Ben Lown when he had a good scoring opportunity. So the Cats have 26 seconds remaining on that power play when they hit the ice to start the second period. Not a lot of time. They're going to have to get something going pretty quick. As for their first power play, well, it didn't really amount to much. They got a shot on goal or 2, but not nearly the same quality of looks they were getting in the showcase on the man advantage, and they've been unable to capitalize thus far tonight on the Jim Arnold collision power play, but their penalty kill has been sound as well, keeping the Jackalopes off the board. As for some updates from around the league, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights are still struggling to find their first win. Brought into existence this year has continued its woeful ways as it's being blown out at the moment by the Aston Rebels, who were formerly the Rio Grande Valley Killer Bees. Some of you diehard Wildcats fans may remember from the South Division. And the Rebels really just taking it to the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights. We're now in the second intermission of that game. The Rebels leading 6-1 in that one-sided affair. East Divisional game, the Johnstown Tomahawks currently leading the New Jersey Titans. The Johnstown Tomahawks, of course, one of 4 teams, including the Titans and the Wildcats, who have won their first 3 games in a row in the showcase in Blaine, Minnesota this season. And the New Jersey Titans will always be a team remembered with Wildcats fans as they ended their undefeated streak up in Minnesota. In the shootout, went all the way to the 3rd round. It was a very dramatic finish. Unfortunately, the Cats were on the wrong end of it. Despite taking 7 of a possible 8 points, it would have been really nice to have joined Fairbanks as just 2 teams to have a perfect record throughout the showcase. Titans losing their game 2-1 at the moment. And the Fairbanks Ice Dogs, who lost for the first time last night against the Janesville Jets, are now down by a score of 2-1 as their first period up in Janesville, Wisconsin slowly comes to an end. 40 seconds remain in that first frame. As the Ice Dogs struggling a bit after jumping out to an 8-0 record, the best in the North American Hockey League. They still hold sole possession of first place in the league, but the Janesville Jets may be a team that can really bring some struggles towards the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. Of course, the Ice Dogs and the New Jersey Titans were the only teams in the showcase to leave Minnesota with a perfect record. Between the Aberdeen Wings and the Minnesota Magicians, there's no score in that contest. The Austin Bruins really taking it to the Brookings Blizzard at the moment. They lead 4-0. In that contest, the Bruins have been on the good end of a couple of blowouts this season. One of which, of course, came against the Springfield Junior Blues in the showcase on day one. I believe it was the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights, rather. Not the Springfield Junior Blues. The Blues were actually able to beat the Austin Bruins, but on day one, the Bruins defeated the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights by a score of 8-0. We've seen some very lopsided hockey for the Bruins on both sides this season. Of course, went all the way to the Robertson Cup Finals last season and were defeated by the Minnesota Wilderness 2 games. They have certainly come back this year with a vengeance. And for some South Divisional updates, the Amarillo Bulls are out ahead of the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. Just 4 minutes remain in the first period in that game. The lone goal in that contest was scored by Joey Molinaro, who was the South Divisional Star of the Week a couple of weeks ago. Very worthy adversary to keep an eye out for well, throughout the season for you Wildcats fans. Joey Molinaro is certainly a dangerous player, and he has proven it this season with his stats and with his milestones just a few games in. The Lone Star Brahmas and the Topeka Roadrunners are playing up at Landon Arena in Topeka, Kansas as we speak. 3:47 remaining in the first period in that game, and the Lone Star Brahmas leading the Topeka Roadrunners by a score of 2-0. And for the first time, the Brahmas lost in regulation. Their only other defeat came in a shootout at the hands of the then undefeated Fairbanks Ice Dogs at the showcase. The Brahmas, the early favorites in the 2015-16 season to challenge for the Robertson Cup in the North American Hockey League. Of course, they really took it to the Wildcats during the 2 preseason games. The first of which, of course, was held here at the KYC, and the very next day down in Fort Worth. And the Lone Star Brahmas bouncing back after a disappointing defeat at the hands of the Roadrunners last night, giving them their first regulation loss, the first loss in which they got no points. They are now tied for possession of second place with the Wichita Falls Wildcats in the second division. They've got identical records of 4-1-1, do the Brahmas and the Cats. Now in first place is the Topeka Roadrunners, who lead the division with 10 points. Of course, they've played 3 more games than the Cats and the Lone Star Brahmas. More opportunities to earn points in the standings. But if the Brahmas manage to defeat the Topeka Roadrunners tonight, then they will jump out to first place in the division, and the Roadrunners will fall to second or third, depending on what happens tonight between the Cats and the Jackalopes. Cooley Region Chill are losing their game to the Springfield Junior Blues here in the first intermission. They are down 2-0. Cooley Region being the team that Alex Falconer was just recently traded to from the Wichita Falls Wildcats in exchange for future considerations. Falconer had a shot and a penalty in yesterday's game for Cooley Region. The Springfield Junior Blues. And another team that has just now, or just recently I should say, been traded a Wildcat player is the Minot Minotauros, who are tied in their game 1-1 against the Bismarck Bobcats. It was Parker Mismash who was traded Minot's direction, and of course the Cats getting some future considerations in that exchange as well. Not appear, at least according to the North American Hockey League website, it does not appear that Mismash is in the lineup tonight for Toro's head coach Marty Murray. But we will be certain to keep an eye on Mismash and Falconer as the season progresses. The game between the Robertson Cup champion Minnesota Wilderness and the Kenai River Brown Bears has just begun. Up in Minnesota. And that's it for your updates from around the league. Got about 5 minutes left, and then we'll be back for some second period action, folks. Stay tuned. Wildcats fans, to our listeners on YouTube and to our viewers on Fast Hockey, I'm Alex Von Koidel bringing you Wildcats hockey for the first time this season from the K. Yeager Coliseum as your Wichita Falls Wildcats host the Odessa Jackalopes here. Showdown, the Cats 4-1-1, the Jacks 3-2-0 on the season. Both teams have played some pretty good hockey of late. Correction from before, folks. I apologize. Parker Mismash was traded to the Bismarck Bobcats, not the Minot Minotaurs, in exchange for future considerations. And Mismash is in the lineup tonight for the Bismarck Bobcats, and he so far has led the team in shots. He's got 3 on the night for the Bobcats. So, slight correction. I apologize for the confusion, folks. Now take the puck into the Odessa zone. It's Max Reisinger gaining the goal line in behind the Odessa net. One hands the puck as far as a pinching Yeager, and then Reisinger got it back and fanned on the one-timer. And the Jackalopes exit their zone as the penalty had come to an end there, and Baum blocked a shot from Connor Stewart as comfort, but he appears to be all right, skating under his own power, and he gets a fist bump from fellow defenseman Noah Gilraith. Now to take the face-off against Zach, the lone Jackalopes goal scorer. They're now taking Zek's place as he was kicked out of the circle, and the Cats won the draw but turned it over at the far point. Held in at the line by Jake Levin, who centered one, and a shot is stopped there by Kappelmaster. Made his 8th save of the night. Puck ends up behind the Wildcats net. Derek Brown with nowhere to go. Poikla taking it away from him. Regaining control is Ryan McKellar. Brown still after it. Puck hops loose onto Gilraith's tape. Wise stick, but he dumps it in and chases it down himself. One hands it through the blue paint and wide of the goal. Gilraith jumping into the play, shot one that went off the near post relative to Gilraith, and the Odessa Jackalopes shoot the puck out to center ice. Gilraith with a good steal at center ice, springs Litviak the other way. Good toe drag move, but he lost a handle on the puck in doing so as the puck is floated out to center ice and picked up by Ryan McKellar, who's in. He shoots, and a stop is made by Kappelmaster once more. Gilraith chasing it down. Out to center ice, the Cats have an odd man rush. It's a 3-on-2. Albrecht down the far side, fed it in front for Lazarus, who just couldn't pull the trigger there as his stick was tied up from behind. Puck jumps into the middle. Rourke Russell wanted to shoot it. Lazarus picked it up. This way, Rounds' shot is redirected wide there by Albrecht. Rosa banks it off the far half boards into the corner. And the Jacks escape their own zone with it. It's brought forth by Luke Schultz, who gains the blue line, takes it wide on Russell, shoots, he scores! Luke Schultz shot one right through the 5-hole of Justin Kappelmaster, and the Jackalopes have their first lead of the game. It's 2-1 Odessa. And Luke Schultz has scored his first goal as an Odessa Jackalope. Odessa net, and we get a whistle here. The net was dislodged. Offensive zone draw is won by Goodsir. It rolls on goal and is knocked away by Dean Schatzer. Ice. Jeff Baum reverses it right back in. Tim Faulkner is back. No look. Backhand pass, turned it over. Goodsir fed it side of the net, and Lown couldn't pull the trigger. It was in between his skates, so he couldn't get a clean shot away. And now 3 players There's a piece vying for the puck. Hines handle is able to advance it right back into the Jackalope zone. Goodser's got it now at the goal line. Couldn't do much with it. He was surrounded by black jerseys. Puck turned over. Litviak has it now behind the Odessa net. Again, the Cats were outnumbered there with the puck, and the Jacks send it all the way back down into the Wildcat zone, and icing will be the call here against Odessa as Matt Hines touches up. 16:41 to go here in period 2. Presented by American Classifieds, your Wichita Falls Wildcats finding themselves trailing for the first time in this game. After a goal was scored by Luke Schultz, his first of the season, and the Jacks lead the Cats by a score of 2-1 here at the KYC. On this Saturday night, the home opener here at the K. Yeager Coliseum. Eric Yeager will now take the draw against Matthew Rippon. And the Lethbridge, Alberta native won the draw, and the puck is fired towards the blue line, but not out. Dalton kept it in momentarily, gets it right back at the logo, but the Jacks are right back into the Wildcat zone. A wide shot goes in behind the net and around the corner boards. Noah Gilraith is back. Shoved off the puck and he turned it over as a result, but a good stick lift from Yeager prevented any sort of jackalope attack, and the Cats go the other way as Austin Beaulieu takes it wide. Goes in behind the Odessa net. Lost a handle on the puck. Eric Yeager's got it instead. He's hit from behind there by the other number 26. By Beaulieu, pinned to the boards. As the puck finds its way onto Yeager's tape, and he shoots on the backhand, hit the side of the net. Yeager tried to center for Paisan, and that one went off the pad. A good save is made in goal by Dean Schatzer. Here's Gilraith. He shot one, and that one is fought off by Schatzer. Loose puck finally cleared out to the neutral zone, where it's picked up there by Jacob Dalton. Dalton for Paisan. He took a big hit there from behind. Big collision courtesy of Tim Faulkner. To work it back the other way. Fired off the near half boards and into the Wildcat zone. Jacob Dalton for Noah Gilraith. Through the middle of the ice. Poikola's offside, say the officials, so no further play. 15 minutes and 20 seconds remain here in the second period of action. Presented by American Classifieds here at the KYC. Your Cats trailing the Odessa Jackalopes by a score of 2-1. Here on the home opening night. Wildcats had a very impressive record here on home ice last season. They were 21-6-1 in this building. And they're certainly hoping to at least get a similar record this season on home ice. Puck ends up on Rourke Russell's tape. Michael Rounds for Alexei Poikola, who overskated it. Picked up by Shodal and sent the other way. Gray Marr turns it over to Michael Rounds, who passed one off a Wildcat skate. Alexei Poikola back for Rounds. Rounds turns and sends one D-to-D for Rourke Russell. The two youngest defensemen on a pair together tonight. Puck's now at the side of the Odessa net, and it's been knocked to Catawampus once more, so we get another whistle stopping play. 14:15 to go here in the second period of Wildcats hockey. And they trail by a score of 2-1 against the Odessa Jackalopes. Jacks in the South Division standings, so even if they lose this game tonight, they will still remain ahead of Odessa. However, the rest of the division is, as usual, the South looks to be one that'll certainly be at least formidable this year, as Topeka and Lone Star both have winning records. And the puck ended up out of play there, so we get another stoppage. Off the far half boards, but not out as a long slap shot goes wide of the goal. Lazarus picks it up at the goal line. Has to turn. Lazarus with a backhand centering attempt that was knocked away from Albrecht. Onto the tape for Baum, who kept it at the blue line, but turned over to Derek Brown, who tries to go the other way. Baum offside is the call here against the Wildcats. a bit too late as Lazarus was ahead of the play, and we get another whistle here. 13:36 to go in the second period. The middle frame here. 2-1 your score in favor of the Odessa Jackalopes. Goodser's line against Matthew Rippin's line now. Goodser won the draw. Dalton fires it in. Goes around the end boards. Litviak giving chase to it. He slammed into the half boards and lost his stick. Gilraith had to jump away from him as he has to turn and wisely play it to Lown instead of Jacob Dalton, who had a man covering him. As Lown fed one onto the tape for Litviak, who tries to step in. Behind the net, reverses the puck. Ben Lown guides it on back to the blue line. Jacob Dalton walking in, shooting one, and a pad save is made by Dean Schatzer. Puck fired off the far half boards, not out. Gilraith kept it in. Flutters into the near corner in the Odessa zone. Way around. The Jacks out shooting the Cats 11-9. 2 goals for the Jacks, 1 goal for the Cats. Dalton giving chase to the puck now. Noah Gilraith fires one up the middle for Adam Goodser, who gains the Odessa line. Goodser puts on the brakes, puts his head up, drops it off for Ben Lown. And once again, the Jackalopes able to clear. There for Rourke Russell. Russell's pass onto Pizon's tape. He's onside. Pizon being knocked off the puck there by Eric Carreras, another veteran forward for Odessa. Austin Bolio turning away from a couple of Jackalopes. He was outnumbered there in the corner, but the Cats get it back, and a shot there from Yeager missed the net up high. And we get a whistle here. Did that puck end up out of play? Off here, the puck must have ended up in the Wildcats bench. Just under a dozen minutes to go here in period 2. The Cats trailing the Odessa Jackalopes 2-1. The neutral zone turnover is taken by Alexei Poikala. Gets the return from Michael Rounds, steps across the Odessa line and tried to backhand a pass onto the tape for Reisinger, but it was a bit too slow, and the Jacks go the other way with it. Wildcats line, and a long shot from Kiraly is blocked out in front there by Rourke Russell, and the Cats go the other way with it. Alexei Poikala drops it off. Van Wy shot it, pad save, rebound. Mishandled there by Max Reisinger. Advances it for Van Wy. Van Wy has to turn. Pinned to the boards there into the corner. He's handcuffed. As a 2-on-2 scrum ensues, that's equally divided. And eventually wedged free there by the Wildcats. Van Wy and Reisinger battling hard for that loose puck. The Jacks end up with it. As it's guided out to center ice, Poikala has to stop and turn away there from Tucker, who nearly took him right out of the play. As a centering attempt was read and intercepted. Loose puck picked up there by Rosa, far circle. Rosa steps in, good skate to stick play, gets his head up, goes in behind the net, centering pass. Litviak checked that. Lazarus couldn't pull the trigger, so the play goes the other way. Cats net, look out, Kappelmaster fanned on it. As the puck bounced in behind the Wildcats net. And the Cats rescue the puck, no harm was done. Graymar tried to center, goes all the way back to the blue line where it's sent out of harm's way there and onto Lazarus's tape. Lazarus tried to shoot one on goal, but it hit a stick out in front of Jake Levin, and it hopped over the net and out of play. 10:15 remains here in period 2. 2-1 your score in favor of the Odessa Jackalopes. In order by Van Wy of Wichita Falls, Zach Zeck for Odessa, and then Luke Schultz for Odessa. All three of them have gone in through the 5-hole. We know what the goaltenders will be working on during practice next week. Gilraith's shot from the point. That one stopped there by the netminder Schatzer. Loose puck picked up by Lown. Guided back to the near point for Dalton. He shot one through the screen, blocked in front. Goodser could have had a redirect. Had it not been blocked, Gilraith rescues the puck. Far point takes a hit there from Oliver Selleck, who just whacks it Way and all the way down. Kapellmaster plays it Dalton's direction. Noah Gilraith pressured by Showdahl, who took him down. Ben Lowndes pass intercepted by Showdahl and given right back to him. Goodsir's line appears to be tired. Dumped back into the Odessa zone. Schatzer left it behind the net. What a pass right on the tape for Selleck, who's in. He shot one that missed the net. Picked up far side by Gray Marr. Sent rink wide there. Selleck couldn't pull the trigger. Good back check by the Cats, and they're right back out and running. Bolio dumps it in. Takes a hit after he tried to chase his own dump in there by Cooper Zek, and Levin's got it. Sprung out to center. Zek, one of the two Odessa goal scorers, sent it off the far half boards. Shot is soaked up by Kapellmaster, and no rebound is yielded by the Wildcats netminder, who has just made his 10th stop of the night. And it was a tough one, a point-blank slap shot there from Graymar. 9 minutes to go here in period 2. The Cats trailing the Jacks 2-1. And another defensive zone faceoff, which they lost. Puck in the near corner is taken by Zach. Zach with his head up, couldn't send it anywhere. Yeager was right in his face, and Rourke Russell knocked it free. Browns watched it go around the boards. Paisan battling for it. Taken by Yeager now. Rourke Russell gaining the red line, then the blue line. Rourke Russell trying to take it wide on Faulkner, who shot one as it popped up into the air. And the Jacks are able to clear it ahead and out of the zone. Jumped away from Bolio's tape. He gets it right back, takes a hit to make a play, but the play was not what he intended. So Cats regrouping now in their own zone as they make a partial forward line change. Michael Rounds steps across the Odessa line. Takes it wide on counter. Stewart goes behind the net, finds Poikala. Poikala shoots, he scores! Alexei Poikala's got his first goal of the season, and his first goal as a Wildcat, and the Cats have tied the game up at 2. What a pass by Michael Rounds, the young defenseman for Wichita Falls, who pinched into the play, went in behind the Odessa net and centered one beautifully on the tape for Alexei Poikala, who made no mistake and buried it high stick side on the goaltender Schatzer, who's now getting some fist bumps from teammates. And full well, there's not a whole lot of goaltenders in this league or any league who could have made that save. Reisinger now dumps it into the Odessa zone. Next, Reisinger advances the puck to the Odessa blue line. And the Cats get it right back, a pass into the middle, eluding Van Wy. On goal from a long distance, and Kapellmaster makes the save. And he holds on. Shots on goal still favoring the Odessa Jackalopes by a very slim margin, 13-11 in that department, but the score has just been tied, courtesy of an Alexei Poikala goal, in which he benefited from an incredible pass by the defenseman Michael Rounds. Your score now 2-2 as we go to a short break here. Jaeger Coliseum. with another cumbersome defensive zone face-off as Nick Rosa up across from Graymar. With his Albrecht, and then over skated. Here's Lazarus down the far wing, working one-on-one, tries the toe drag, it went off his skate and rolls into the near corner harmlessly. Van Wise taken out of the play. Lazarus with a beautiful backhand pass. Rosa's shot from the point is stopped there by Schatzer. Albrecht jars it loose. Jackalopes trying to clear now as Derek Brown looks ahead, can't get it out. A long shot from Baum is soaked up by Schatzer, and that has leveled the score in the shots on goal department. 13 apiece now. 11 saves on the night. 6 minutes and 50 seconds tick off the clock here in the middle frame at the KYC for the home opener. Here on this Saturday night, 2-2 is your score. Goals being scored by Garrett Van Wy for Wichita Falls, Zach Zeck and Luke Schultz for Odessa, and then most recently Alexei Poikala for the Wildcats, who just tied the game back up at 2. As a Wildcat, and it was a beauty. Michael Round set him up beautifully from in behind the Odessa net. The Jackalopes have just iced the puck, so the linesmen blow their whistles and face-off returns into the Odessa zone. The Topeka Roadrunners have just scored, folks, and they have cut the Lone Star Brahma lead in half. Score of that game now 2-1. Dominic Lutz scored on the power play, and he was assisted by Yuhiko Saka and Carlos Forneris, so that is certainly a game worth keeping an eye on. As Litviak battles for the puck along the goal line, and the Odessa Jackalopes are able to guide it out to center and beyond, all the way down into the Cat zone. Here's a shot right on that's stopped by Kappelmaster awkwardly, but he recovered. No rebound opportunity for the Jackalopes. Zach, Derek Brown, and Ryan McKellar's line has just taken the ice for Greg Gatto and the Odessa Jackalopes, and they have been arguably the best line for the Jacks so far tonight. Noah Gilraith has it. Got it back from Rosa momentarily. Rosa with a good steal. Fires it off the near corner boards. Yeager picks up the loose puck and skates it out of danger. Gains the blue line. Austin Bolio in behind the Jacks net. Looks for somewhere to go, but he's tied up from behind by Kierley as the puck is fired around the half boards and out to center ice. Here come the Jacks, brought forth with a full head of steam by Zach Zeck. Here's a shot fought off by Kappelmaster into the far corner. Derek Brown reverses a pass in behind the Wildcats net. Yeager turns it over there. Pass into the middle. Here's a shot blocked in front, and there go the Cats the other way on a 2-on-1. Bolio's got Yeager. Bolio tried to spring Yeager, but he was tied up from behind due to a good back check by Ryan McKellar. Cats applying pressure in the Jackalope zone. Rourke Russell's shot is redirected there by Yeager's stick. Ends up in front. Bolio shot one. Van Wy tried to stuff it in. Delayed penalty upcoming against the Jacks as Bolio was just slammed into the net, which has been knocked off its moorings. And it's because of a cross check from the Odessa Jackalopes. Not sure which player it was from Odessa, but the Cats will get their third opportunity on the Jim Arnold Collision power play in a few moments as Zach Zeck is ruled to be the culprit of that last collision, an illegal collision. Will the third time be the charm for the Cats? They entered this game third in the league. Converting at a 23% rate on the man advantage. Of course, last season they led the league on the power play with a 25% rate. Success rate, I should say. But they have been 0 for 2 tonight. Can they change that? We shall see. Rourke Russell keeps it in at the blue line. Skates in behind the Odessa net. Austin Albrecht gives him the return. Russell fanned on the pass. And give it across for Ben Lown. Lown, Russell, one-time drive, redirected just wide of the crease. And Lazarus plays it around the far half boards. Ben Lown. Back for Lazarus, who had to hustle. And the Jacks end up with it passed out to center. Rourke Russell's better hurry back. He dives and they shoot, and that one goes wide. Not sure what happened there, but losing a handle on the puck was the defenseman Connor Stewart, who found himself on a partial breakaway shorthanded. Had a real jump on the Wildcats defense. Russell really had to hustle back to prevent a clean-cut breakaway, and it seemed like he took away just enough of the lane there for Connor Stewart to force him to go to the backhand and try to tuck it home wide on the backhand side against Kapellmeister, and it missed the net. So the Cats dodging a bullet there, shorthanded. Got a minute and 18 seconds to work this Jim Arnold collision power play. Lowndes pass springs Lazarus, who gains the line, drops it off. Albrecht tried to give him the return, and that one eluding his stick. Picked up once more by Austin Albrecht. He fires through the screen. Save is made in goal by Schatzer. Picked up once again by Albrecht, who wanted Lazarus, but instead he got Cooper Zek. Austin Albrecht has it once more. Lazarus wants it. He gets it in behind the Odessa net. Cross, and Albrecht fanned on the shot. He put it wide. Lazarus couldn't believe it. He thought that was a goal for sure. Far point, keeps it alive. Albrecht near circle, steps in, shoots. That one fought off by Schatzer. Loose puck picked up by Lown, and we get a whistle stopping play. And boy, we can see the frustration on Johnny Lazarus's body language as Albrecht skates back to the bench. Pathetic bump. That was an incredible pass from Johnny Lazarus to Austin Albrecht, and he just shanked it through the blue paint and wide. He had the entire 4x6 net to shoot at, but that happens to even the best shooters from time to time. Max Reisinger tried to chip it back to his defense, but the Odessa Jackalopes are able to clear out to center. Jeff Baum. Reisinger, Austin Beaulieu gains the line. He's got some speed. Beaulieu turns, looks to the back. Will he go to Baum? No. Reisinger's one-time drive, and he scores. Max Reisinger has regained the lead for the Wichita Falls Wildcats, and he's got his third of the season. It's 3-2 Cats. So the third time was, in fact, the charm for the Wichita Falls Wildcats on the Jim Arnold collision power play. They converted on their third opportunity with the man advantage, which remains red hot, despite not generating a whole lot of chances in the first two opportunities. They certainly looked good on that last chance, and they were rewarded. They have jumped out to a 3-2 lead as Reisinger battles for that puck. Cooper Zek wedges it into the middle, turned over at the blue line there. But to no avail as the Jacks are right back into the Wildcat zone. Kapellmeister jumps out of his crease to rescue the puck and sends it all the way down. Icing will be the call against the Wildcats. Dean Schatzler wisely elected not to play that puck. 3 minutes and 7 seconds remain here in the middle frame at the K. Yeager Coliseum. For your home opener, the Wichita Falls Wildcats leading the Odessa Jackalopes by a score of 3-2. In the Wildcat zone. A one-time drive from a severe angle there hit the side of the net on the far side. Hines trying to work it free. Looks like he took down Gray Marr there, but no penalty upcoming against the Minnetonka-born defenseman. As a bad pass ends up going all the way down. Second consecutive icing here against the Wildcats. 2.5 minutes remain in your second period. 3-2 your score in favor of the Cats. by the Cats. Backhanded off the boards. Risinger played it out to center and all the way down. 3 icings in a row against Wichita Falls. Time getting back to the face-off circle as the Cats are a bit winded here, having taken 3 consecutive icings. Behind the Wichita Falls net, Gray Marr had it jump away from him. Wide, tried to advance it, but he couldn't get it beyond the blue line. Picked up there instead by Derek Brown. Loose puck rescued and hoisted out to center and down by Max Risinger. And finally, the Cats are able to make a change. Albrecht gets the puck away. Albrecht tries to take it wide, cuts to the net, shoots, save made, rebound, and Lazarus is stopped as well by Dean Schatzer. 2 incredible saves against 2 of the Cats' wingers. 2 veteran wingers in that, in Lazarus and Albrecht. Kapelmaster nearly gave it away. Picked up by Gilraith, spun blindly in behind the net. And Ryan McKellar's got it now. Here's Derek Brown. Rosa plays it out to center. Lazarus overskates it. Rosa didn't. He's got it now. Fed one across. Albrecht couldn't shoot. He turns. Albrecht guides one into the corner. Lazarus looking for Rosa. Goes instead to Gilraith. He walks in. Shoots. Blocked in front. Loose puck picked up there by Albrecht. Rescued again by Gilraith. Played in behind the net for Lazarus. Lazarus centers. Albrecht couldn't shoot. He was tied up there. And Dalton fired a weak wrist shot that was blocked out in front and skated out of harm's way by Cooper Zek. Wildcat zone, and it was on a delayed offside, so the whistle goes and play stops as less than a minute remains here in period 2 at the K. Yeager Coliseum for your home opener between the Wichita Falls Wildcats and the Odessa Jackalopes. 3-2 your score in favor of the Wildcats. Check that, good sir, couldn't pull the trigger. Regained by Litviak, who fired one off the skate. Puck goes the other way. Here's Oliver Selleck, he shot one, that one missed the net. Selleck once more fires into the skates there of Rourke Russell. Puck bounces out to center, less than half a minute to go in the period. Michael Rounds has it now. Our half boards. Played further there onto Ben Lowndes, taped down the right wing side. Lowndes shot one off the shoulder of the goaltender Dean Schatzer. Back at center ice, Oliver Selleck, the Swedish winger, tried to fire one on goal, blocked again by Russell. With a rink-wide pass that a bit too far out of the reach of a fatigued Michael Rounds, but regardless, the second period has come to an end as the Cats scored 2 goals in the period and regained the lead against the Odessa Jackalopes. 3-2 now your score in favor of Wichita Falls. Shots on goal also favoring the Cats, 20-16. And we'll be back in just a few short moments to once again break down the game up till this point, as well as give you some updates from around the league. back, fans, to the K-Jaeger Coliseum for your home opener between the Wichita Falls Wildcats and the Odessa Jackalopes. To our listeners on YouTube and our viewers on Fast Hockey, I'm Alex Von Koitel, bringing you Wildcats hockey on the Wildcats Broadcasting Network. We're hoping you've enjoyed the game up till this point as the Cats have a 3-2 lead over the Odessa Jackalopes. It's been a hard-fought game and a close-cut game up till this point. Pretty even play on both sides of the puck. Shots on goal just favoring the Wildcats, 20-16. Falls. The goals in order were scored by Garrett Van Wy, Zach Zeck of Odessa, Luke Schultz of Odessa, Alexei Poikla, and Max Reisinger of Wichita Falls. That last goal coming on the Jim Arnold collision power play, and it was all started because of a beautiful pass by Austin Bolio from the far circle, who set up Reisinger for a one-time blast. And that has been the story of the game for Dean Schatzer, the Dartmouth commit, and the Odessa goaltender, the native of Franktown, Colorado. The first goal he conceded, of course, was a redirect from the high slot after a Jeff Baum wrist shot was deflected by Garrett Van Wy. It went right through the legs. Schatzer couldn't have possibly reacted to that redirect in time. Wildcats goal was scored by Alexei Poikla after a beautiful centering pass from Michael Rounds found him for a point-blank chance, which he won't miss a whole lot of, will Alexei Poikla. He's been encouraged by coaches LaFontaine and Nelson to shoot the puck more because he really got quite an accurate shot, probably a better passer, certainly a pass-first type of player. However, he can really snipe it, and he showed it there. Burying one high stick side on the goaltender, Dean Schatzer. So that tied the game back up at 2 after Zex and Schultz's goals for Odessa. And then the most recent goal, of course, was scored by Max Reisinger on a power play one-time drive from the slot. About a quarter of a minute was remaining on the Cats' Jim Arnold collision power play, and this time they were able to convert. Took 3 tries with the man advantage, but they were able to convert and keep their hot streak alive with the extra man. And again, it was a shot that really Schatzer didn't have a whole lot of a chance on. Reisinger. This is his 3rd season with the Wildcats and his 3rd year playing at the junior level, and he's not going to miss from there too often. For some other updates from around the league, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights have just been defeated by the Aston Rebels out in Pennsylvania this evening. And once again, it was a the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights, who are trying to find their way in this league and as a new team, and they have struggled out of the gate so far. They've fallen to 0-6 in the standings and dropped another in a blowout against the Aston Rebels by a score of 7-1. The Johnstown Tomahawks defeated the are defeating the New Jersey Titans by a score of 4-2 at the moment. Anthony Cusinelli remains hot for New Jersey. He's got another goal tonight, as does Tommy Horn for Johnstown. He's got a couple. Andrew Romano's also got one for the Tomahawks. Keegan Miller, the other goal scorer for New Jersey, and Drew Doyon scoring the most recent goal. Now lead by a score of 4-2. Thanks Ice Dogs trailing the Janesville Jets by an even larger margin than was before. They're down 3-1 in the contest against Janesville. And it looks as though the Ice Dogs may be in danger of losing their first regulation game of the season. They've gotten a point in every game they've played thus far. They've got 17 points in the standings, way ahead of anybody else in the league, and an impressive 8-0-1 record. Their only loss coming last night at the hands of these very same Janesville Jets. So it appears the Ice Dogs are going to have an Achilles heel this season. It might be that team Janesville up in southern Wisconsin. The Aberdeen Wings and the Minnesota Magicians remain deadlocked. The score 1-1 in that contest. On the Brookings Blizzard 5-1. The score in that game. Some other South Division update. The Amarillo Bulls are out in front of the Corpus Christi Ice Rays still by a score of 1-0. Joey Molinaro remains the lone goal scorer in that game, so we'll see if the Ice Rays can muster a third period comeback here. We're in the second intermission as we speak. Cats head to Corpus mid-next week to take on the Ice Rays for the first time this year. The longest road trip the Cats will have to make for the remainder of this season, regular season at least. Another South Division update, folks. The Topeka Roadrunners have tied the game against the Lone Star Brahmas. That game now. Tyler Hayes, the defenseman, continues to just put on a clinic. He's got another goal, does Tyler Hayes. Dominic Lutz, of course, scoring the other goal for Topeka. Tyler Hayes, early on, could be making a case for himself for defenseman of the year. He's got his third goal of the season. Right time for his team all season long thus far. Had a goal against the New Jersey Titans on day 3 of the showcase that nearly brought the Topeka Roadrunners back into the game, but they fell just short, of course. The New Jersey Titans skated to a perfect 4-0 record up in Minnesota. And the Springfield Junior Blues. It looks like is now 2-1 in favor of Springfield. Michael Wilson scoring the most recent goal. We've just started the third period of that game. Wilson cut the Springfield lead in half, so the Chill looking to muster a comeback with recently traded Wildcat Alex Falconer in the lineup now. The Minot Minotauros and the Bismarck Bobcats remain deadlocked at 2. Bobcats, another team with a recently traded Wildcat dressed on their roster, Parker Mismash. Out of the gate strong for the Bobcats, registering 3 shots on goal. Still without a point, but we'll be watching his and Falconer's progress as the season continues. Minnesota, that one's gotten out of hand early, it appears. The Kenai River Brown Bears trailing the Wilderness by a score of 4-1 here early on in the second period. The Brown Bears' woes continue. Just 1 win on the season for Kenai, and they were really hoping to get a bit of a turnaround from last year's effort, which was not where it needed to be for the Kenai River Brown Bears, and it hasn't happened thus far. Their only win came against the Janesville Jets, and that was in overtime. Of course, the Jets, seemingly the only team that can challenge the Brown Bears' biggest rival in the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. Jets now leading the Ice Dogs by a score of 3-1. But the Brown Bears have really got to figure something out, as they're in danger of falling to 1-9 on the season. And of course, they've been blown out a few times this year as well, hands of your Wichita Falls Wildcats. The final score of that game, which was on day 3 of the showcase up in Blaine, was 8-3 in favor of Wichita Falls, in which 7 different Wildcats scored in the game. So the Bears once again struggling this season, and they'll look to turn it around, and we'll be sure to keep you updated progress, as well as several other teams throughout the league. Puck drop for the third period. We'll be back in just under 4 minutes. Stay tuned, folks. Back fans, third period action is just moments away here as Alexei Poikula winds up across from Derek Brown. But now in their own zone, the Cats leading the Jackalopes by a score of 3-2 here as the final period, the final regulation period, is now underway. A lead pass ahead is knocked away and onto Reisinger's tape. His backhand pass intercepted by Shodal. As Selleck had a blowout there and fell down. Shodal's got it in the Wildcat zone, has to turn, goes on back to the blue line. Andrew McLean had a bounce away from his stick, so he has to regroup in the neutral zone. Van Wy pressuring him every inch of the way. A D-to-D pass is picked up by Daniel Kierley, who's brought down by Austin Beaulieu. Puck ends up out at center. Shodal dropped it off for Kierley as both teams making partial line changes here. And we get a penalty here upcoming against the Wildcats. Or so they thought. The timekeeper's got the Wichita Falls penalty box open, and now the linesman escorting Max Reisinger over to the Wildcats penalty box. So for the second time in this game, the Cats are tasked with killing an Odessa Jackalopes power play, which is 0 for 1 thus far. Baum shoots it off the far half boards and all the way down on goal, so Schatzer has to make the play, and he just decides to cover up. And Paisan just took a cross check there from Andrew McLean. He wanted a penalty, and the officials just deciding to separate them instead. Paisan to take this offensive zone draw, shorthanded for the Cats, and he wins it, but it's taken by Andrew McLean, who guides it out to center and down. Baum reverses it back out to the neutral zone. Daniel Kierley will work the puck ahead for the Jackalopes. Gains the logo. Backhands one in behind the net of Kappelmaster. Kierley gets it right back. Zach. Brown tried to center, but it was read and intercepted by Baum, who shoots the puck all the way down, and the Cats make a full line change as they swap penalty killing units. There's Daniel Kierley. D-to-D pass behind his own net for Jake Levin. Levin sent one into the middle. Graymar takes a hit, but he gets the puck in, and the Cats immediately fire it all the way down into the Odessa zone, and Cats have done a good job thus far on the penalty kill. 3/4 of a minute remain on it. They've hardly surrendered any kind of scoring chance thus far on the penalty kill. Levin going D-to-D. Here's a shot from the blue line that skitters wide. Shodal fanned on the follow-up opportunity, and the Cats are able to clear once more all the way down. Time winds down on this Odessa Jackalopes power play. They've got 30 seconds to make something happen here. Puck dropped off carelessly as Albrecht tried to steal it away, but the Jacks end up with it. Here's Shodal gaining the blue line, still with the puck. Shodal sent one in front. That one hit the post. Boy, that was close. Oliver Selleck nearly capitalized on that beautifully placed pass from Hampus Shodal. But he got iron instead. Selleck sent one in front, redirected, and into the goal. What a play there. And once again, I believe it went 5-hole on Kappelmaster, and the Jacks have tied this game up at 3. Not sure who the eventual goal scorer was. I believe it was Graymar for Odessa. We await the announcement from the public address announcer on that goal. And it was indeed Graymar who scored the goal, his third on the season. carries in and fires, and a blocker save is made in goal by Dean Schatzer. Albrecht ridden into the corner, and the Jacks go the other way with it. Kappelmaster nearly gave it away, picked up by Matt Hines in his own end. Tried to get it for Poikula, but it eluded his stick. Poikula with another chance to clear, and he does this time. Out to center for Austin Albrecht. Negotiates his way into the Odessa zone as Lazarus takes a stick to the face. No penalty upcoming against the Jackalopes. Lazarus gets it right back. Skates down the far wing. Goes in behind the net. Takes a couple of slashes. Poikula picks it up. Gives it right back for Lazarus. Tried to shoot. It was blocked out in front. Loose puck corralled by Andrew McLean as the Jacks get it out to center ice. 16 minutes remaining here in the third period here at the home opener. 3-3 your score. Not sure if that last goal that was scored will count as a power play goal as Kappelmaster makes a stick save. It was at the very end of an Odessa Jackalopes power play. Not sure if it had come to an end or not, but nevertheless, the Jackalopes have tied the game back up at 3. And according to the Point Streak website, it was an even strength goal, so the Wildcats penalty kill remains 2 for 2, but the game now tied at 3. As a delayed offside results in the Jacks skating the puck back the other way, and they dump it in behind the Wildcats net. Rourke Russell going after it. Comes together with Zach. Puck jarred loose. Michael Rounds for Alexei Poikula. His pass going off the far side boards. Reisinger's on a delayed offside if he touches it, so he decided not to, and the Jacks go the other way. Carried across the line. Offside was the call as a slap shot there from Tucker missed the net. As he takes a couple of pushes and shoves from the Wildcats, and the officials not liking that, so they jump in immediately and separate the two sides. Adam Goodsir now versus Zach in the face-off circle in front of the Wildcats bench. Zach, one of 6 goal scorers tonight. Every goal has been scored by a different player on the ice. We've seen some balanced attack on both sides. Puck fired around the near half boards. The Cats trying to get this puck out. Here's a shot from the near circle from Ryan McKellar, which was blocked in front by Litviak. McKellar reverses the puck into the corner. Zach in behind the net. Hauled down from behind there by Adam Goodsir. And the Jacks wanting a penalty. They're not going to get one. Jacob Dalton has a look. Past one that was redirected off a stick and into the audience there. 14 minutes and 43 seconds remain in period 3 here at the K. Yeager Coliseum for your home opener between the Wichita Falls Wildcats and the Odessa Jackalopes. This game all notched up at 3. As the shots on goal favoring the Cats by a slim margin, 21-18 in that department. Neutral zone face-off won by Eric Yeager. As the puck bounces there on Paisan, he picks it right back up. His pass was intended for Bolio. He got Yeager instead, and the Jacks are able to clear. Out into the neutral zone. Dalton fired it right back off the half boards. Connor Stewart defensively fed it ahead. Puck is now in neutral ice. Right in between the player benches. Paisan's pass was short of the blue line on a delayed offside, so Bolio wisely peeled back. Cats are now onside, but Paisan gave it away. And here's Cooper Zek, younger brother to Zach, who scored the first goal for the Jacks tonight. Jeff Baum trying to work it right back up the boards. Baum springing Austin Albrecht. Albrecht down the far side. Cuts around the defense. Albrecht to the net. Backhander stopped there by the netminder Schatzer, who's made his first save in quite some time, but he surrendered no rebound. 13:41 here to go at the KYC in period 3. 3-3 is your score between the Wildcats and the Jackalopes. opener. Rosa wins the draw. Good crisp passing. Hines' shot blocked in front, and it flutters into the glove of Dean Schatzer, who hangs on. Rosa wins the draw again, but it jumped away from Hines, who has to reverse a pass back for Jeff Baum. Here's Austin Albrecht through the neutral zone and across the Odessa line. Albrecht gives it in behind for Nick Rosa. Lazarus now kicks it to his stick. Lazarus with his head up looking for somewhere to go. He falls down. No penalty, and the Jacks skate the other way. And we get another whistle. The linesman ruling that to be offside. So another stoppage. Just over 13 minutes to go here in period 3. Your score all deadlocked at 3. Shots on goal still favoring the Cats, 22-18. And Poikla will face off against Matthew Rippon in the neutral zone face-off circle, and it's won by Rippon. Puck fired behind Kapelmaster's net. He plays it there for Rourke Russell. Russell behind his own net with his head up, finding Max Reisinger. Banked off the boards in the neutral zone. Van Wy dumps it in. Takes a hit. Tim Faulkner touches up, and we get another whistle. And what have we here? Appears to be a penalty against the Odessa Jackalopes for interference. As the defenseman Connor Stewart, one of the Jacks' better penalty killers, is now being sent to the Odessa penalty box. And the Cats now with their 4th opportunity on the Jim Arnold collision power play. They were able to convert on their last try with the man advantage. Off a beautiful shot from Max Reisinger. We'll see if they can make it 2 for 4. Here's Paisan, far corner. Goes back to Jeff Baum. Passes one into the far corner. Reisinger had a jump away from him. Jaeger's got it. He turns near corner. Had a stick lifted, gets it to Bolio. Bombs away from the blue line, and that one is stopped by the goaltender, Dean Schatzer. And the Jacks are able to clear all the way down. Kapelmaster for Jeff Baum. Has to turn away from a forechecking Graymar, who's doing a good job on this penalty kill. And you can see why he wears the A on his jersey after having only been here for a few months. Graymar is one of the new players on this team, but he is a veteran. He played junior hockey up in Canada for the last couple of seasons. Here's Jaeger, Bolio, Baum, Bolio, near circle. Back for Baum. Across, far circle, Reisinger, goal line. Here's a shot, stuff attempt. Oh, and a big collision from behind just sent Goodser into the net. And that was from Jake Levin. Jake Levin just pushed Goodser from behind, and he went face first into the net. Well, I'm surprised we're not seeing some retaliation here from the Wildcats after that ugly collision, and Goodser being sent to the penalty box as well. The call is on this. I don't know what Goodser did, but and you can see he's complaining from the penalty box, and rightfully so. He's been sent into the Cats' sin bin after having just been pushed face first into the net by Cooper Zek. So we're not sure what the call is here, folks, but the Cats remain on the man advantage for the next 47 seconds. Ben Lown has it near point and didn't make a very good pass. It crossed over the blue line and gets it back from Rourke Russell. And the penalty against Goodser, it appears, is for unsportsmanlike conduct. We figured the penalty on Cooper Zek would be for cross-checking it, and it is, but Goodser being called for unsportsmanlike conduct. I'm not sure why. Down. House. Good crisp puck movement here by the Wildcats. Brooke Russell hesitates, doesn't pull the trigger. Drops it off. Ben Lown, high slot. Tries to return for Russell. It was a bit behind him. He had a blowout, sent one into the front, and gloving it across the ice there was Zach, who didn't have a stick. And the Odessa Jackalopes have successfully killed off the penalty here as a shot from the far circle goes wide of the net. The Jacks get it back at center ice, and the Cats fall to 3 for 4 on the Jim Arnold Collision power play. Here's Eric Yeager shooting one, hit the post, and that one rattled in behind the net of Schatzer, who had to turn and knock it away. Lazarus. Far point, Dalton shot one, redirected into the goal by Max Reisinger. He's got his second goal of the night, and the Cats have regained the lead once again. It's 4-3. Has had the hot stick tonight, folks. He's got his second goal of the game and his fourth goal on the season. And the longest tenured Wildcat continues his leadership. Dalton and Jonathan Lazarus as Reisinger's hat trick bid missed the net up high. Van Wy working for it. Alive. Halfway through your third period here, 4-3 your score in favor of the Wildcats. Here's Connor Stewart, banked it off the near half boards out into the Cat zone, and offside is ruled to be the call against Luke Schultz, so we get a whistle. 9.5 to go here in period 3. Your score once again 4-3 in favor of the Wichita Falls Wildcats. Shots on goal now favoring the Cats by a more substantial margin. It is 26-18 in that regard. And we're getting another about halfway through the period. Both teams regrouping at their respective benches. Zach Main. Bolio ends up with it. Good stick check there by Andrew McLean. Paisan just took McLean into the boards. Loose puck corralled by Yeager, given to Bolio, who turns and found Baum, who shot one. Stick save is made in goal. Puck picked up in the far corner by Paisan. Paisan pinned to the glass. As the puck is given out to center ice, Hines one-handed it further, but it's careened in behind the Wildcats net by Justin Kappelmaster, who's made a couple of plays like that. We're not used to seeing that from him, but a few indecisive passes from in behind the goal by number 31 in white, the Wildcats goaltender, Justin Kappelmaster. Jeff Baum whacking away at the puck. Along the far half boards, it's hoisted out to center ice. Albrecht fell down, but it's a breakaway for Rosa. Nick Rosa's in to the forehand. He shoots, and is that in? No, it had not crossed the goal line. Barely kept out there by Dean Schatzer. It would fall on his rear end, but he managed to keep the puck from entering the net. Rosa nearly had his third goal as a Wildcat. 8:24 remains here in the third period of Wildcats hockey, presented by American Classifieds. Your score take this offensive zone face-off. Litviak handcuffs a man off the puck. Rounds tries to keep the puck alive, but he couldn't do it. He's taken into the far side boards, and here come the Jacks. Showdahl taking it wide, shooting one off the pad of Kappelmaster, who is out of his crease. And the puck is picked up by Rourke Russell, who banks it off the far glass and out to the neutral zone. Goodsir was handcuffed. Rounds had a blowout. Rounds gets back up onto his skates, picks up the puck once more. Rourke Russell denying a breakaway chance for Oliver Selleck there with a good stick check. Ends up in behind the net. Kappelmaster wedged it loose. Rourke Russell for Nikita Litviak. Litviak guides it ahead. Ben Lown takes a hit there from Jake Levin, who brought him right out of the play. Goes around the far half boards, far point. Rourke Russell keeps the puck alive. Good hit in behind the Jackalopes net, and a centering attempt from Litviak was snuffed out. And the Jackalopes skate it back the other way. Pass into the middle of the ice. Selleck's got it right on his stick. He fires. That one blocked by Dalton. Selleck centers it through the blue paint all the way back to the point. Here's a long slap shot from Faulkner that was blocked. There go the Wildcats the other way. Ben Lown down the right wing side, takes a shot. Blocker save is made in goal by Schatzer. Poikula jars it loose. He shoots, and another save is made by Schatzer. And Lown is just pushed away from the goaltender by Tim Faulkner. Schatzer coming up big for his team once again and making his 27th stop of the night. Just over 7 minutes remain here in the final regulation frame. Your Wildcats lead the Odessa Jackalopes by a score of 4-3. Can they hang on? It has been a relatively high-scoring game up till this point. 6 different players have scored. Reisinger's got 2. And now Oliver Selleck, the Swedish right winger, has been sent to the Odessa penalty box, and Jackalopes players demanding an explanation, but now Max Reisinger also being escorted to the sin bin, so looks like we could have some more offsetting penalties here. Alexei Poikula takes the offensive zone draw. Gilreath shot it, and a pad save is made in goal by Schatzer. Puck guided back to the blue line. Gilreath once more took the shot, blocked out in front there. In the neutral zone, McLean shoots it into the cat zone, and the officials saying that was played with a high stick, so we get another whistle. This faceoff will be taken at the far neutral zone faceoff circle on the Wildcats half of the ice. Poikula versus Zach Zek, won by Poikula. Dealt D-to-D for Noah Gilreath. Does a bit of a head fake. Austin Albrecht gains the blue line. Poikula shot one on goal, and the official saying it was offside, so we get another stoppage. 6.5 to go here in the third period of action here at the KYC for the home opener. The shots on goal have become lopsided here all of a sudden. 32-18 in favor of the Wildcats. They had been relatively even all night as Dalton fans on a clearing attempt. But despite the large disparity in shots, the Cats just lead the Jacks by a goal as they are up 4-3 here. Kiraly fired one off the stick of Zach Zek and in behind the Wildcats net. Kappelmaster played it around the near boards. Ryan McKellar's got it. McKellar shoves Gilreath away, not once but twice. As down goes Zach Zek. It looked like he knocked the net loose, but the official saying play on, and the puck is given out to center. Beaulieu trying to spring Van Wy, but it hit a stick. Or a skate, not quite sure, but it was from McLean. He made another good defensive play. Did the veteran defenseman for Odessa. Eric Yeager's got it behind his own net. Yeager for Gilreath. One of the top defensemen in the NA3HL last season was Noah Gilreath. He made a nice pass onto Paisan's tape, who sent one on goal weakly, and is stopped and covered by Dean Schatzer. an Odessa stick and stopped by Schatzer, who had to be alert on that long wrist shot from the point by Matt Hines. Pass into the middle. Backhand shot steered wide there by the goaltender Schatzer, who's made another big save as Austin Beaulieu just took down Cooper Zeck in behind the Jackalopes net. And finally, Odessa able to clear out into the neutral zone. Pass goes off the near half boards in front of the Wildcats bench. Zeck is taken right out of the play. And that saucer pass eluded Lazarus's tape and goes all the way down, so icing is the result. Less than 5 minutes remain here in period 3 at the KYC. Your Wildcats leading the Odessa Jackalopes by a score of 4-3 here on this Saturday night. Can they hang on? They've got to take a defensive zone draw. And Austin Beaulieu, who's not a center, is going to be taking the face-off against Gray Marr. Beaulieu now being kicked, but looks like LaFontaine may have used his timeout here in this situation. As his team is protecting a delicate one-goal lead and just iced the puck. LaFontaine now going over some strategy with his troops, and Greg Gatto does the same over on Odessa's bench. The Lone Star Topeka game is still knotted up at 2, folks. Looks like that one could be destined for some overtime, some 3-on-3 OT. The Brahmas and the Topeka Roadrunners are deadlocked at a 2-2 tie up at Landon Arena in Topeka, Kansas. Jackalopes attacking the Wildcats here on this shift, but the Cats are able to shoot it all the way down into the Odessa zone. Lazarus picking up the loose puck. Delays, sent one in front. A shot from Rosa is stopped, and the rebound goes in. Nick Rosa never gave up on the puck after a beautiful pass found him from Jonathan Lazarus, and the Cats have added a much-needed insurance goal. It's 5-3 Wichita Falls. Cats have just iced the puck. It appears now the officials saying it was not icing, so it's picked up by Ryan McKellar for Odessa. His pass turned over. Ben Lown forechecking hard there. He regains the puck, tried to center for Goodsir, who's breaking down the middle. But not out. Russell's drive is in and out of the glove of the netminder Dean Schatzer, who's just made his 30th stop on the evening. Litviak trying to keep the puck alive, and he does so. Litviak, far circle, steps in, finds Ben Lown, who couldn't pull the trigger in time, and Schatzer was able to get over and make the shoulder save. In behind the net now, it's picked up by Andrew McLean, who slams on the brakes. And the Jacks have really got to get something going here, as they trail the Wildcats by 2 goals with under 4 minutes to tie this game. About 3.5 now. Litviak walking in, looking for a shooting lane, takes it wide, put one into the middle, and Goodsir couldn't pull the trigger, and the Jacks finally take the puck back the other way. McKellar trying to center, intercepted by Michael Rounds, who springs Ben Lown. It jumped away from his stick. Puck has been iced by Odessa. Rourke Russell picking it up. Russell shoots it in behind the Jackalope net. Corralled by Jake Levin. Jacob Dalton's got it now. Levin once more for Cooper Zeck on a D-to-D pass. Springs one ahead there. Gray Marr's pass going off the far sideboards, picked up by Hampus Shodal. Shodal for Levin, stepping in, fanning on the shot. Rolls into the corner. Levin's pass was an errant one, but it was rescued at the by Cooper Zach. In behind the net. Garrett Van Wy had it batted away from him. Puck picked up and centered, and a shot there from the slot off Graymar's tape was knocked away by Justin Kapelmaster. Offensive zone draw for the Jacks. They've got just over 2 minutes to muster a 2-goal comeback here. Zach Main lines up across from Eric Yeager. The defensive centerman, who's just been kicked out of the near circle for the faceoff, and Paisan having to take his place. Main wins the draw as a result, and the shot from the point was redirected wide from Stewart. Hines pinning Main to the boards there. It's jarred free, and the Cats look to escape their own zone, and they do. Austin Beaulieu takes it wide, and then takes a hit there from Tim Faulkner. Goes behind the Jackalopes net. Yeager trying to center, but there were no white sweaters in the area. Puck played in behind the net and around the boards. Beaulieu going back to Hines, who fakes and then shot one that went off the stick, I believe, of Tucker. Goes into the far corner. Paisan had it stolen away from him, and a penalty will be called, it looks like, against the Jackalopes for holding. And once again, for the second time tonight, Connor Stewart being escorted to the Jackalope sin bin, and it looks like this game is just about out of reach for the Jackalopes, who are now shorthanded with 91 seconds to make up a 2-goal deficit. So barring any sort of defensive disaster, the Cats will win their home opener here against the Odessa Jackalopes and improve to 5-1-1 in the standings. And momentarily, while we await the outcome of the Topeka game against the Lone Star Brahmas, they will momentarily move into sole possession of first place as Lazarus guides it in towards the corner for Rourke Russell. Rink-wide pass, beautifully on Lazarus's tape. Nick Rosa seeing some power play time to Rourke Russell, who fanned on a shot from a severe angle. Gets the puck back, and the Jacks are able to clear, but into their own bench from their defensive zone. So face-off will stay in the Odessa zone. Less than a minute will tick off the clock here at the K. Yeager Coliseum, and the Cats will skate to their 5th victory of the season and improve to 5-1-1 in the standings. And at this point, all heads turn towards the result of the Topeka Lone Star game, which is being played as we speak at the Landon Arena, as Rosa backhands a shot that was sticked away by the goaltender Schatzer. Albrecht's follow-up try gets blocked. Puck fired into the Wildcat zone. Rounds over skating it, turning in behind his own net. Rounds still with possession of the puck. Springs Johnny Lazarus across the Odessa line. Batted away from him, and here come the Jacks on perhaps one last try. Levin tries to dangle past a couple of Wildcats. No luck with that. One-handed fourth there for Austin Albrecht on a 2-on-2 with Adam Goodser, and the penalty has been called behind the play. There were no Jackalopes around the Wildcats defensemen, so this must have been for something that Rourke Russell said to the officials, because he's now being sent to the Wildcats sin bin. And as was mentioned, there weren't any Jackalopes anywhere around him, so it must have been for something that he said. Really not the smartest idea from Rourke Russell. We'll await the call on that, but can't imagine it'd be anything other than unsportsmanlike. The stick has just been handed off to Odessa Jackalopes personnel from the Odessa zone. As the final seconds tick off the clock here on Saturday night. And the Wichita Falls Wildcats scoot to a 5-3 victory over their South Division rivals, the Odessa Jackalopes, and they improved to 5-1-1 in the standings. The Jackalopes falling to an even 3-3 as their 3-game winning streak has just been snapped by the Wichita Falls Wildcats, who have now won 5 of their last 6 games. And have moved into sole possession of first place in the South Division. And as was mentioned earlier, Wildcats fans and players alike will be turning their attention to the Lone Star Brahmas Topeka Roadrunners game, which is deadlocked at an even 2, and it's now in 3-on-3 overtime as we speak. So we'll be watching that with a very close eye to see how the divisional standings shape out here tonight. And to recap this game for you a bit, fans, the Wildcats and the Odessa Jackalopes came out of the gates pretty evenly matched. Both sides registering even 8 shots on goal after the first period. First period goals were scored by Garrett Van Wy, I believe, on a redirect from Jeff Baum's shot. As it stands now, Baum is credited with the goal on point streak, but with all due respect to them, there have been some inaccuracies in the past, several over the showcase just a week ago. So Van Wy scoring the first Wildcats goal and the first goal of the night. Zach Zeck answering moments later. Just 5 moments later to tie the game up at 1 for the Odessa Jackalopes. And in the second period, Luke Schultz scored his first goal as a Jackalope and gave the Jacks their first lead of the night. Now midway through the second period, Alexei Poikala capitalized off a beautiful pass from whom I identified as Michael Rounds, but once again on point streak, the assist has been given to Max Reisinger. So we'll see who really ends up getting the credit on that assist. Shortly thereafter, Max Reisinger did score a goal, a power play goal. As we're getting the 3 stars announcement now. First star has just been announced, and it has gone to Max Reisinger. As it stands now, has been credited with 2 goals and an assist. As he skates over to a young Wildcats fan and tosses him a white t-shirt. Good classy play from the veteran Wildcat winger. The most seasoned and longest tenured Wichita Falls Wildcat. So he regained the lead for Wichita Falls, which was answered there at the start of the third period by Graymar at the conclusion of an Odessa Jackalopes power play. Graymar scoring his 3rd goal as a Jackalope and tying the game back up at 3 with plenty of time left to play in the third period. But from that point on, it was all Wildcats. They really outshot them in the third period. Shots in the final frame, 16-3. So the Cats really turned it on in the final frame. And Max Reisinger scored his 2nd goal of the night after a Jacob Dalton wrist shot from the point was redirected in off his tape. And Nick Rosa added the insurance goal to give him his 3rd goal of the season. And the final score of tonight's game, of course, 5-3 in favor of Wichita Falls. Your shots on goal, 36-19. And we hope you all enjoyed the broadcast, fans. In spite of the outcome, we'll be watching the Lone Star Topeka game with very close eyes. And once again, on behalf of the Wichita Falls Wildcats, I'm Alex Von Coydel, thanking you for tuning in on the Wildcats Broadcast Network. And we hope you can tune in next Thursday as the Cats take on the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. That would be on October 8th and 9th. They're traveling down to Corpus Christi take on the Rays. And we hope you're as excited as we are for that showing. Once more, fans, thank you for joining us here and taking the time out of your Saturday night. On behalf of the Wildcats, I'm Alex Von Coydel saying